Hi, my name is Aisha Munira Muhammad Fauzi.
My name is Intan Eliza binti Zini.
Hi, my name is Nur Natasha binti Muhammad Zakaria.
Hi, my name is Shafia binti Rizal.
And my name is Nofara Amira binti Abdul Rahim. So today, me and my group members are going to present about our project, and the topic that we get is infancy. So next, I'll pass to our first presenter, which is Intan Eliza.
Infancy is defined as the first year of life after birth, or also known as newborn. Infancy stage usually starts from very early childhood and the period before being able to walk, which is called babyhood. The developmental period is from birth to 18 or 24 months.
So, what are the infancy stages? Infancy is the first year of life after birth. Infancy is the stage of most active growth after childbirth. Growth during infancy is more quicker. Infancy are born with various abilities. For example, they have a well-developed sense of smell. They can also express their needs by crying when they are hungry, unsatisfied, upset, or uncomfortable. During the first year, they can develop many other abilities or skills. For example, such as taking a first step, smiling for the first time, and waving. Spend a lot time babbling or discover how to roll over. As they grow from infants to adults, they have to grow through a list of developmental stages that are necessary to all phases of their individuality that involve physical, intelligence, emotional, and social.
Next, today I would like to describe the characteristic of infancy stage. There are 5 characteristics of infancy stage. So first one is infancy is the shortest of all developmental. This has 2 categories which are period of the pertinate and neonate. Second is time of radical adjustment. This is the graduation from an internal to external environment. Next is about flat radical adjustment, a flat stage in development. It is a stage where the growth held in order to make radical adjustment is a sneak peek of future development infancy. It will show what kind of child they will be in later. It is not possible to predict with even reasonable accuracy what the individual's future in development will be on the basis of the development at birth. And the lastly is infancy is a hazardous period. Infancy is a risky because it is the time when the attitude of significant people towards the infant are crystallized and change radically after the infant is born or can maintain depending on conditions at birth and on how the parents adjust. Next, I will explain the hazard of infancy. There are 5 hazards of infancy. So first is poor prenatal environment, such as postpartum disorder, postpartum depression, which means mother being stressed during pregnancy. Second is difficult and complicated birth, which can cause brain damage. Birth requiring instruments or the fetus lies in a foot first or a transverse position or a cesarean. All these can cause problems. Next, the third is people birthdays are usually smaller and weaker than singletons. These babies tend to be born prematurely, which add to their adjustment problems. Partly is a post-maturity. This arises only when the fetus becomes so large that the birth requires the use of instruments or surgery. So the lastly is premature that causes more neonatal death than any other conditions. So that's all from me.
I will be Then about the role of parents and teachers towards infancy. So parents and teachers play an important role toward infants to show a good sense in their care. First, they have to make sure that the infants are healthy and safe. Next, they also need to provide guidance, support, a secure environment for infants to develop and reach age-appropriate milestone. Plus, they have to offer their children love, permission, appreciation, and motivation as parents. They are also their child first teacher and have to remain their best teacher throughout their entire life. Parents need to expose their children to age-appropriate difficulties that will help to improve development or experiences that encourage the child to explore on their own and learning from communicating with their surrounding. So children will slowly learn from their own experiences. This will allow them to explore and learn from their environment to help them become more independent. Last but not least, they have to ensure that infants are playing with age-appropriate toys. Physical development infancy. Physical development leads to the progression and alignment of motor skill. In different terms, their ability to use and manage their bodies properly. Physical development is one of the domains for children's development that relates to the growth and skill development of their body, which include the brain, muscles, and senses. From example, children explore the environment as they develop their physical senses of vision, touch, sound, taste, and smell. Infants like to look at things that are attractive and interesting to look at. Infant will start to explore the environment through their senses. Besides, physical development also has been divided into two areas, which are fine motor skills and gross motor skills. Both skills can be developed during infancy by infants. Gross motor skills are involved with large muscle movement like legs and arms, for example, rolling, crawling, or climbing. For fine motor skills, it involves smaller muscle movement of hands, finger, and wrist. For example, grasping or shake a toy using both hands. Infants will slowly strengthen their muscle and become able to control their bodies. At first, infants do not have the energy to hold their heads up, but as they discover and develop control of muscle, they will able to hold up their heads to explore. Each infant has gained strength in the large muscle as a specific level of control over body movement. As they grow, they are able to do a simple movement and experiences. I'll pass to the next presenter.
Next, what happened during infancy? During infancy, the baby will experience body progress like weight gain, the leg and arm stretch to be strong for their muscle. Naturally, for 1 to 3 months, they can staring at the face of the people around and making some sounds, smiling and moving their head, moving their hands and feet. Around 3 to 6 months, they can raise up head and moving their head left and right and start to laughing. Next, around 6 to 12 months, they smart to grabbing the things, making some noise, hold something to stand and then walking without holding anything. Uh, Next, the baby's teeth begin to grow. It usually started from two lower middle teeth. Then, at the same time, the babies can eat, and the mummies can give their babies the soft food, such as the rice blend together with vegetables, fish or chicken. So the babies can get Eventually, the mummies can give solid food like biscuits. Ultimately, we need to take good care of babies because they need more attention from their parents or caregiver and can avoid from any disease like stuttering. Article. This is one of the example of article about infancy. This article about the infancy needs to be loved and needs to take care carefully. I will pass to next presenter.
So next I'll present about developmental tasks of infancy. First is learning to trust their environment. Infants will establish a trusting and meaningful relationship with their caregiver or parents. Second is exploring their world. Infants will learn many things by being able to recognize objects, develop exploration skills, and can respond to their environment. Third is develop communication skills. At this age, infants will develop non-verbal communication system and imitate simple sounds or words like mama, as by that they will learn how to talk. Next is develop their motor skill development. Infants usually start to develop their motor skills like parents also can help their babies by giving a soft block toy between babies' hands for them to practice holding toys. Next is develop independent living skills. Infants will know how to self-feeding, walking, self-undressing, and etc. Lastly is through infancy stage, infants will be able to cruising, walking, and and crawling or lying on bed by themselves and know how to put their head up without adults' help, but still in adults monitoring.
Okay, so next I will present about activities for infants. So the first activity is reading to babies. So what we can do is just regularly read books to the babies. We can try to pointing to the pictures as we read and engaging them by changing our voice for different characters. We can also invite our little one to participate by encouraging her to laugh or act surprised by the story, touch the pictures and also turn the pages. Reading to babies contributes to the development of their growing brains and give them a good start towards a lifelong love of reading and good literature. When you read to infants, it can also help language development as they are taking in information and beginning to learn about speech patterns. Okay, so next activities is find with faces. So what we have to do is allow the infants to feel the different parts of our face and their stuff, any of their stuffed animals' faces with their hands. We can try to see the names of the parts of the face as they touch it, as they touch them and direct the baby's hand to touch his own nose, mouth, ears, and more. We can also guide the baby's hand to our face while we speak and make any facial expression so that he can get to know how we use our faces to communicate. Next is peekaboo. What we need to do is place a toy or book or any other object under a blanket and leaving part of the object showing. And then we can try to ask the baby where is it and encourage them to look for it. So based on research, babies will usually grab it and dig under the blanket. But if the babies doesn't does that, we could just remove and replace the blanket. So after the baby has mastered finding a partly hidden object, uh, move on move on to hiding it completely under the blanket. So from these activities, skills that infants can learn are fine motor skill development and also object permanence. Next is massage. What is baby massage? Baby massage is a gentle, rhythmic, and stroking of our baby's body with our hands. We can use oils or a moisturizer to help our hands to glide smoothly over our baby's skin. As part of your massage routine, you can gently manipulate your baby's ankle, wrist, and fingers. You can also talk softly, hum, or sing to your baby while you are massaging, which may make it more reassuring for your baby. So what are the benefits of baby massage? Massage may help your baby to develop mentally, socially, and physically, stay relaxed and not get upset, cry and fuss less, and also sleep better. To conclude, infancy is a time of intense development. Babies start out with little more than instinctual reflexes and an innate ability to learn. Over the course of 2 years, they progress to the point where they have recognizable personalities, are able to move themselves from place to place and manipulate things, and also able to understand how certain important aspects of the world operate. They understand the basics of how to make their wishes known, have formed attachment and relationship, and have learned basic ways of managing their emotions and impulses. While these achievements are tremendous and set the stage of later learning, they are also commonplace. So as long as children are born without significant illness and as long as they are properly nurtured and cared for, their development towards these achievements will likely progress unevenly. That's all from us.